Hello, it's Uncommon Fossil, and today I was looking for a fairly straightforward deck to play, so I decided to do Arceus Duraludon with a fairly simplified, streamlined list. Only Pokemon it's playing are Arceus and Duraludon. A lot of lists play things like Alolan Vulpix and some other secondary or tertiary attackers, and certainly Drapion V is a good card to include too, but I just want to keep things simple. Arceus Duraludon, that's it. So let's go through the list and then we'll see how it performs. So Arceus V-Star, you should be familiar with this. If you're not, you certainly should get to know it. It's a very strong card now. It will be for the rest of this year, for sure, until the next rotation. Arceus V-Star 280 HP, a very good attack. Trinity Nova for 3 colorless energies, does 200 damage, an okay number, but then you search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon V in any way you like, then shuffle your deck. So certainly with rotation, some of the Vs rotated, but we still have a lot of V Pokemon in the game, Vs, VMAXs, V-Stars, which really, this sets things up well. And not only does that attack get the energy into play that you need, but then it's got the Starbirth ability, its V-Star power, which is just tremendous, one of the best things in the game. During your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. And of course, you can't use more than 1 V-Star power in a game. So you can search your deck for any 2 cards, right? Passive the Peak shuts it off, which is, you have that to deal with. But searching for any 2 cards really gets you set up early game, helps with the consistency with the deck. We will attack with the V sometimes. Trinity Charge if it goes second to accelerate energy, 3 basic energies. You can pay that with 1 DTE. And occasionally have to attack with Power Edge for 130, but you don't want to do that. And then we're using the Arceus to set up the Duraludon VMAX, a tanky Pokemon, 330 HP. It's a dragon type, so it has no weakness. And it does 220 damage, a solid amount with G-Max Pulverizer. It's fighting metal. So it's tricky to set up. That's why we really want the Arceus to accelerate the energy to it. Otherwise, it's attaching per turn 3 times. And since it's a mix of energies as a dragon type, sometimes you're not going to have the right energies in hand that you're going to need. But Arceus helps it set up pretty well. And this attack does 220 damage. I think I said that. I don't remember. But then it hits through effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So that's helpful for anything wall-type decks, which might not be dominant now, but they pop up and they may come back more in the future. And then it's got the Skyscraper ability, which is also part of what's nice for it. It prevents all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon that have special energy attached. So obviously Lugia likes special energy, a number of decks do. There also are decks that don't use special energy, but against those special energy decks, that's very useful. And now we'll get into the rest of the deck here. Energies, 4 DTEs. We need that to get the Arceus set up, which is the priority. You need to get those DTEs in hand first or second turn, at least 1. And then 5 metal and 4 fighting is the general list of energies, which usually proves to be enough. 4 Judge. We're not playing research in this deck. We don't really want to discard our hand. We're looking for slow games. We want to just kind of pick through what we have for cards in hand and just utilize the best cards for that turn as we go along and hope to look to progress. And obviously Judge disrupts our opponent, so useful there. 4 Colress Experiment. Obviously you do put 2 cards in the Lost Zone, but you look at 5 of them. Losing 2 of those cards usually is not a problem, and you get 3 cards in hand out of 5. That's quite a nice draw for this deck. 3 Bosses Order, obviously very good for controlling your opponent and what they have in the active to help slow them down or to control what you're hitting into and taking prizes. 4 Pokégear, 3.0, a nice item card. You look at the top 7 cards of your deck, you put a supporter that you find there into your hand. And there's a decent mix of supporters, so Pokégear is definitely useful in the deck. 1 Cheren's Care, you can put a colorless Pokemon damage counters into your hand. So if Arceus is in play, once it's done its job, accelerated energy, your opponent not hits into it but doesn't knock it out, play Cheren's Care, you can get it into your hand. Although honestly, getting the Arceus knocked out and then making them knock out 2 more VMAXs, making them take 8 prizes, is a very nice option also. 1 Serena to discard and draw, or to gust up a V, a little option there. 1 Cheren's Focus, your single strike Pokemon's attack do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon for each prize your opponent has taken. So as the game goes on, you can get 1 extra big attack from your Duraludon VMAX, that can be useful. You do want to save it till you get the right amount of boosted damage to make it meaningful. For Ultra Balls, obviously we have the evolution Pokemon we have to get. This is the best way to do it. 4 Nest Balls to get the basics down. 2 Echoing Horn to control what our opponent has in play. We can use that to stall them, slow them out some, or gust up another Pokemon that we want to take multi-prizes on, depending the situation. 1 switch card, playing 2 rope cards. Those are our switching options. 1 Choice Belt, 3 Lost Cities. Could drop an Escape Rope and put in a 4th Lost City if I find that Path of the Peak's too much of a trouble. And 1 Raihan. As you should be familiar with this, a very strong card. If one of your Pokemon was knocked out last turn, you may attach a basic energy from the discard pile to one of your Pokemon, and then you search your deck for any 1 card. Quite useful. We only play 1 copy because since we're playing some VMAXs, 2 prizes. If they knock out 2 VMAXs, we have lost the game. So therefore, just 1 Raihan. Could put in a Pal Pad, I think could be an option too. But since we don't play research, we probably don't need that. So let's see how things go here. Let me turn a little sound on. Not sure the level of sound. You know, again, you can let me know in the comments if you like the sound or not. Anyway, at times when I'm thinking, and obviously I'm talking to describe things, but I am going to pause and think too, because my talking without thinking, I don't think does anybody any good. It doesn't help my gameplay, and just my spouting nonsense isn't a plus either. All right, so take a mulligan. This deck will take a decent number of mulligans. There's only 6 basic Pokemon in the deck. Only took 1. And get to start an Arceus. That's what we want. Would have liked to get a DTE in hand. We have potentially that opportunity, though, with Colress Experiment. So not terrible odds for us at the moment. We're going second, so we can use Colress Experiment. Klefki turns off the abilities of basics. I don't have any basic Pokemon, so that's okay. So up against the, I would imagine, a Miraidon Regieleki deck. Okay, so they didn't do much, so I'm liking that. No reason to judge them. Colress Experiment sees more, I see more cards. All right, so all right. Need the V-Star. Do I need... All right, I could keep the Lost City. Maybe I want the Lost City, and then in which case, what do I get rid of? I want the V-Star. I have the VMAX. I only play 2 in deck, though, so maybe I want the VMAX. I'm going to grab the VMAX. I'm going to make that my play. It's risky. It is risky. And I will just attach and end turn. I could lose the game here. I certainly could. Not the start I wanted. Let me look at my decision making. I could have grabbed another Arceus. I really don't want to play 2 Arceuses down though, right? I want to get my Duraludons down. So if I get donked, I get donked. That's the way I look at it. Or I guess it's the second turn, so maybe it's not an actual donk, but so my opponent right now, I don't know if they're gonna. Okay, so wow, they failed on the electric generator, so that was big for me. The Regieleki VMAX will knock me out. It does 220. Yeah, they grabbed electric generator. They still need 3 energy though. So 1. Oh, they're gonna. Okay, maybe since they only got 1 energy, they decided it's not worth attacking 2. So do 10 damage to me. That's okay. Obviously, I need to make the magic happen this turn. That is nice. There's no Pokemon there. So I'll take a knockout. I'll use my V-Star power. I'll get 2 Duraludon Vs down. All right, I only get 1 Duraludon. Okay, I should have paid attention. Actually, I don't know if I saw my deck before. All right, so what else do I want? I don't love that, right? want to get. So maybe I'll get Cheren's Care so I can scoop up the V-Star next turn. We'll see what happens here. This could go very badly for me. I attack with Cheren's Care. I mean, I save Cheren's Care, take the knockout, put my 3 energies on, which is... Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure, yeah, metal, metal, fighting. So metal, metal, fighting. I might not get knocked out. I'm not... Right now, I don't think I am. In which case... We'll see what happens. Obviously, I would like to get that other Duraludon V into my hand and get it on the bench. I do have the Lost City. I don't necessarily know that I care about that. Like, I could have got the Klefki in the Lost Zone. I don't really need... I don't necessarily know that I care. Okay. Now I'm trying to remember. So a Lightning deck, they play some evolutions, and my lack of knowledge of all the cards hurts me at this point because it shinks and not sure what it evolves into and what the attack it's going to do. Is this a supporter or attacker? What do I have? We'll see. Right at this point, I'll just do my thing. I don't think they're going to knock me out, so I'll probably scoop up the Arceus this turn. Probably play it down again. I might toss down the Klefki just to clog up their bench some, because I don't think they want that. No, it's too late for that. So maybe I should have got the Klefki down. No, I couldn't have got the... No, I knocked out the Klefki, so I couldn't have used Echoing Horn before this. They're going to fill up their bench with 2 more Lightning Pokemon. I imagine if they don't, I will toss down the Klefki. But I mean, I'll be surprised that they don't want to fill up their bench with Lightning Pokemon. I imagine they want some more Pokemon to play. They've done very poorly with Electric Generator. That, you know, I acknowledge that. I have been fortunate. They have been unfortunate. I'm gonna play this for a second, and I'll fail. I'm just stinning really with that. Cheren's Care. Send him up. Evolve him. Arceus, DTE, Lost City. I think I'll toss down the Klefki also. It might not matter to them since they didn't want to play anything down. The ability of not taking damage from special energy probably isn't going to be effective in this game, because my opponent probably just plays basic lightning energies. But okay, good. Got my other Duraludon, so I can get him down. Start putting energy onto him. A nice start for, you know, things are going well for me. I have Serena, so I can gust up the Miraidon on the bench and grab 2 more prizes with that, which I might just do. No, that's an EX, right? Silly me. The Serena is not a boss. It only gets Gust Vs. So Miraidon, of course, is Miraidon EX. I could gust up the Regieleki VMAX. Okay, so I can take out the Raikou V next turn with Serena, though. Or the Regieleki V. I might want to take out the Regieleki V. I think that's the play I want to make. All right, well, they're judging me, so we'll see what I get. So this is where playing the Nest Ball last turn might have been a negative. See what I do here. Play the Duraludon, play the Arceus, play the Pokégear. The Metal Energy could go on the Arceus. All right, so they may... Are they going to knock me out here? No, they're stalling here. Oh, well, that's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. So let me Pokégear, see what I hit. Nothing. Okay, so I'm going to... I believe I have the energy I need to set up my next Duraludon. So I might as well do that. Take a prize. Gets me down to 2 prizes, right? Which I do have a 2 prize option. And that's the problem, right? That's a problem. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I may have a problem here. Oh well. Alright, so maybe I don't evolve him. Because I can attack with Metal Claw with him, right? So, alright. And I use my Cheren's Care. So Pal Pad to get back Cheren's Care. Or Energy Recycler would save the day here potentially, right? I need one more Metal Energy. I'm in a very strong spot. My opponent's judging me. I have one card in hand, so they know it probably helps me, and I certainly know the card I had in hand was not particularly useful. Temple of Sinnoh. But again, I can attack with Arceus this turn also. Raihan's good, because Raihan will allow me to utilize my other Duraludon. Right? If the Arceus gets knocked out. So 220, they're going to come up short on the knockout, I'm pretty sure. Even with Choice Belt, I'm pretty sure they do. Let's see, 170. So it'll take me out next turn. But that's okay. That's quite okay. I think, well, I could hit into them. I missed the knock. Actually, I take the knockout, don't I? I think I have game here, right? Because of Temple of Sinnoh, I believe I now have game, right? Yeah, because Temple of Sinnoh, it just counts as a colorless, which means I need the second one on it, but so they scoop. So, yeah, so that Temple of Sinnoh removes the loss of 20 damage with the DTE. So, therefore, the Temple of Sinnoh actually gave me game that turn. I had game. I could have retreated also. So, deck performed nice and easy. I was not at my sharpest, I would say, that game, but certainly got through it. I think this may be the same opponent I just had. I'm trying. I think so. The name's familiar. Which isn't great. I mean, it's fine. I'd prefer to see something else, obviously. I prefer to show the deck up against another opponent. But if that's what it is, that's what it is. If I'm up against the same person, and I could be wrong, obviously, about that too, then... So I'm taking a mulligan again. Let's see how many. Just one again, so not bad. Did I get Arceus? The 4 Arceus is nice, right? Versus the 2 Duraludon. At one point, the deck was just playing like 1 Duraludon and then some single strike mustard in the deck. I don't think that is the way I want to play it. So up against the same opponent. Not the start I would have liked. So I want to try to get... They don't have anything, so judging's not great, but I need to get started here, right? So I need DTE. I need another basic on the bench, right? So I'm going to play Judge. Well, I'm going to toss down a Duraludon and then play Judge. The Judge may help my opponent more than me, but I want to see a DTE. That's the odds are against it, but okay. But it was possible, so I will attach one and end turn. Again, I have to be a little more careful of the energy count, right? When I played Arc Duraludon, and I played this before, like a while ago, like a year or more ago, and I like the deck. I certainly like a deck where you have an attacker that hits through effects. You don't have to worry about any type of control types, any wall decks, right? So that's a nice feature. All right, they didn't play Radiant Greninja last time, so they got that into play. So Arceus may... I guess I play Colress Experiment. I just need to... I lose 2 cards, but I'm not really recovering cards from this card for the most part anyway. I can recover 1 energy with Raihan at some point. So they're gusting me out. All right, well, that's a good play on their part. I do have a couple switch cards, so I will still probably... All right, that does damage me, right? Rocky Helmet, let me just double check. I get 2 damage counters on it, so... Shinx, okay. Well, that's solid too. So I can get my VMAX here also down. I have the V. I have, let's see what I hit into here. Energy, I want that. I don't think I necessarily need, do I want Echoing Horn? I'll grab Pokégear and give up Echoing Horn this game. I think I'm okay without that. Actually, I do have to use Ultra Ball, I think. So, do I? Let's think. I need DTE with this, and I want a switching card. I think I want Rope, right? I think so. Let's see. Yeah, so Rope. Oh, okay. And the Switch is prized, it looks like. So that's... No, Switch is there too. But I think Rope. I think I'll take the knockout on Radiant Greninja. Or hit into the original Lucky V, which then means I can finish off the VMAX next turn, right? They do 20 damage to you, but actually that's not terrible in some sense because it opens up the Cheren's Care play also, right? Which I do like that. So what do I want to discard? I like Boss, I think, so I'll get rid of Pokégear. Well, I play 3 Boss. I'll get rid of the Boss. All right, I'll get rid of the Fighting Energy. I think that one's okay. I hope it's okay. Let's see what I have here for energy. See if I made a big blunder. All right, 3 and 3. So yes, that was definitely the right call there. And I have a metal for next to attach manually. So that's okay. So they do 20 damage to me because of Rocky Helmet, metal, fighting. But I still have all the energies I need. I have 1 of each in deck, and I have a metal in hand. So I have access to metal fighting, even without Raihan at this point. Right? Did not put Lost Zone energy this time. Obviously, the Rocky Helmet gives me the option for Cheren's Care, which I might want to do. Especially assuming I don't have... If they knock me out, they knock me out, of course. That's its own thing. So, the Luxio, 90 damage to each that has a tool card, which I'm not playing any tools. I mean, I do play, so I just keep that in mind. And then it does 40 overall, which isn't... All right, so let's see what I hit here. I think I want to Judge. Judge would be nice. I would like to get another V down. Obviously, I'm not Cheren's carrying this turn, but that's not to be. My opponent doesn't have much. It may help them, but still. Okay, I think I just... So I'll take the knockout. There, not going to accelerate any energy. I could have attached an energy to myself. That would have been an option, right? Because I know they play Temple of Sinnoh, which does shut down the special energy. Now I have another DTE in hand now, so that obviously I could attach the DTE to Arceus at some point. We'll see. So the deck is working very well here. My opponent's deck is not the strongest deck around, too, probably. But you can see the simpleness of the deck, which I was looking for a simple deck, and I'm glad I'm playing the simple deck today. Things have been hectic in life, and sometimes, a simple deck just is the better deck. So so I have 240 HP. So I don't believe they're going to knock me out. I do have a basic in the discard pile. All right, so the Luxray does 40 to 1. What's it do? Does it knock me out? Comes up short there, though, right? So that's not bad. Okay, well, that's quite nice, too. So I'll Colress. Hopefully I don't see anything. All right, so I want you and you. Okay. I'm just going to fail the Duraludon at this point. I don't have a choice but fail it, which is okay. I'm going to get rid of the Beach Court because I don't really think I want that in play here. I will attach one energy here. Do my damage. And accelerate the one energy I have to my Duraludon V. So, an interesting deck. My opponent, not, they're kind of trying something out, is what I'd say. Not up against a super strong deck, I don't think. But, it's interesting going up against decks like this. I wish I'm going to stop the video after this because it's getting long enough. So we'll see what happens. My opponent's in a tough spot. They know that. So Lost Zone, let's see, I have 4 cards. They have 3. So Miraidon. Okay. I can attach energy to the active also if they play Temple of Sinnoh. It's in the discard for Pokemon. So Regieleki. I'm just thinking if I... Oh wait, I think I got rid of Echoing Horns. It doesn't matter. I was just trying to think through if I were to play Echoing Horn, what would I want to put that on the bench? But I already, with my first Colress experiment, I got rid of Echoing Horn. So Colress experiment is nice with this deck, I do think. So they're taking the knockout, which is fine. I won't win this turn. I should win next turn. Hopefully, I'm in very strong shape, of course. Serena. So what do I do here? Do I want to... All right, I'm gonna... I think I could discard this hand, right? Hopefully I don't regret getting rid of the energy. I shouldn't need it. I mean, if they hammer me, I'll be sad, but that's okay. I mean, I don't have game, right? I don't know why they said why to that. I don't have game this turn. I'm trying to set up next turn. I'd like to get my VMAX in play. Yes, I could have played the Serena and Gusted, but I think, now they could put up the Regieleki VMAX, which I can't one-shot, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. I have Boss's Order in hand, so it's looking good here. Or maybe the hands was a gesture of I can't make things happen, right? So that might have been the case too. And certainly I understand that to them. Back-to-back games against the same opponent. Back-to-back results for me. And, it's a very smooth deck. So you're looking for a pretty strong deck, a smooth operating deck, a deck that's got a pretty good win rate too, which is always nice. Go grab this Arceus and Duraludon list. If you're worried about Mew, play some Drapion in it. You just want to not worry about, you don't want to tech for anything, just make the deck do what it does and just relax, kick back and play it. That's the way I've done it, and I'm finding it to be a fun deck, an effective deck. Take care.